Alright, as we are just about caught up with WWE's Hell in a Cell 2018, after trying to make up some ground and fill in the pieces, The Shield going after their tag team championships that were won by McIntyre and Ziggler just a few weeks ago. Now here they are on the pay-per-view. I'm a little bit lost here, but this was one hell of a match that went back and forth. It looked like Ambrose and Rollins were going to have their number, but it did not come today, as basically Rollins tried to go for a suplex after a superplex off of the top rope. McIntyre came running across the ring, kicking Rollins in the head as Ziggler came down on top for the 1, 2, 3 as McIntyre and Ziggler keep the tag team champions. The Dogs of War fighting the fight for Braun Strowman, keep the tag titles. There's no doubt in my mind that we are going to be seeing The Shield as well as Ziggler and McIntyre in the main event, as we see Strowman go after the Universal Championship from Roman Reigns. This has to be sort of a 6-person affair. I don't know where it goes from there, but the team of Rollins and Ambrose, every time that these guys have teamed up as a tag team, whether if it's just as a normal match along the way or if it's going after the tag titles, has been a really, really good match that has been one of the highlights of every show. I always sort of think about, like today, when Matt Hardy walked away from his WWE and walked away from wrestling, basically. The tag team wrestling hasn't been as good as it's been in a long time. We might not have real tag teams like the Hardys, Edge and Christian, the Dudleys, the Acolytes, the New Age Outlaws, or if you even go back to like the Hart Foundation, Demolition, Strike Force, so many teams of the 80s and 90s. We might not have real tag teams today. We might just have guys that are sort of paired together that they don't have any major ideas for with creative as tag teams, but every once in a while a really great tag team match pops up. I know this wasn't a Hell in a Cell match, but just as a normal tag match, this might be my favorite match of the night so far of WWE Hell in a Cell 2018.